In the Winners Lounge, the funky Winners Lounge, cracking a little Mile High City Copper Lager. Let's go. Let's do this. How would you say? Oh, Meeks! Everybody say hi. Say hi to Super Bartender Meeks.
Thanks for the winner shot, Megan.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Big ass
we might as well just get them out.
We should get them out of the way, guys. It's a winner shot. Looks like barbecue sauce.
Looks
I'm not
a little
gonna lie.
bit like ketchup.
Yeah, it looks like ketchup, but we're gonna cheers to it.
Hey,
Cheers, guys.
Javali. Those are delicious.
I know.
Those ones are like fantastic.
I gotta say, not at all like ketchup or barbecue sauce.
Guys, today was a great day at the DNVR Bar. It was a great day in Nuggets Nation, wherever you were, in all of the four corners of the earth. This was a great one. The debut of one Aaron Gordon, the debut of the new look Nuggets, and they looked exactly like we hoped they would. So welcome in, everybody, to this Winners Lounge, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated Sir Sketch! Yeah, Sir Sketch, I see you now. He can't tell because there's a delay. He's watching, but I'm looking at you right now. You're going to miss it. But, hey, thanks for those vibes. He made it out to the bar tonight for the first time.
Another one
and
from
it was
Droopy
great.
TV. Every nugget is good.
Every nugget is good. It's so true. Let's hold it. Let's couch it for just one second. I know you're excited. I'm excited too. Guys, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. I got Brendan Vogt here. I got superstar Duvalier Johnson. I got D-Line Co. No, not even giving you guys a chance to breathe because the vibes are immaculate.
Dude, who needs to breathe when the vibes are this good?
You don't. You know that's how good it is. The vibes are so immaculate.
You know how they always say a man cannot live on vibes alone? I say nay.
My lungs have adapted.
There are many out there that are saying that the Nuggets may never lose again.
Oh, my God.
That's what they're saying. The streets are talking.
The streets are talking,
It's not
man.
possible to overreact.
I mean, you can have fun with this tonight because this really was, there are people that like to watch the playoffs. Like, I'll wait till the games matter, as they say, quote unquote matter, this or that. But when you follow a team like we have, and most of the people watching this have year after year after year, you really get to savor these moments.
Oh, that's so
They don't come around all the time, but when they come around, you get all of the buildup, all the excitement. And when they pay off, it's like, wow.
This never happens. Like, think about all the times you're
Doesn't happen often.
Think about when you're like, oh my God, I'm a teenager. I'm in high school. There's going to be a new Star Wars movie. I've been waiting since the 80s, and then it comes out and it's the worst goddamn movie that's ever been made, ever been put to film. And this could have gone that way. Like, I was hyped beyond recognition. I was hyped.
If they come out like the Chicago Bulls and lose by 20, and then we have to be here and we're like, now it's a process, and
Listen, Aaron Gordon, I know that he got in a physical altercation with Will Barton, but the first night could have been that way. Not
I
that
actually
way.
like it. No, it's not at all how it went. Instead, it just was a butt whooping not quite from start to finish, but really from like the second quarter to the game from the second quarter and third quarter were so overwhelmingly dominant that the first and fourth quarters didn't really even matter too much. All right, we'll start with the big fella. Aaron Gordon makes his debut. Brendan, what did you see?
I mean, just like physically, just right off the bat, eye test, this starting group makes so much sense.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they look huge to me.
Enormous.
Porter and Gordon next to each other just looks like an absolute nightmare, just physically. So even before I even talk about how well he actually played, like, he fits that bill. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, he changes the physical makeup of this team, and there was a ripple effect down through the bench.
Yeah. Dev, Aaron Gordon.
I mean, just great. Like, he moves different. He's athletic. He
does move different.
He takes his first shot of the game. He makes it. He takes his second shot of the game. He makes it. There's times that he looks like he's out of position. He's still in position. And you could just tell that he's out there having a good time. This is like, as exciting as it was for us to watch, it seemed like it was exciting for him to just be a part of. Like, just like think about the idea that he's trying to understand why he was not able to play in the fourth quarter today. Like, are you sure I don't go back out?
So you don't need me at all.
At all? Like, I can sit like he's out there just like confused because he's never been in this situation before.
This was the biggest butt whooping of the season for him. I mean, the Nuggets have had some blowouts, but for him, there was one 20-point game, an 18-point game, a couple like 12-point wins, and then a bunch of losses or single-digit wins, So for him to walk in and immediately have a 20, and really, it was a 24, 26-point win, and it wasn't that close. Like,
No.
Garbage time made it look like it was a little bit closer.
Dude. I mean, you say, Vogt, that he passes the eye test. They also passed the points test. They passed the plus-minus test. Like, I don't know. There was just pretty much huge portions of this game where a basket would be made by one of the Denver Nuggets, and all we could do as a group was just laugh.
I know.
Like, just over and over, like, is this... I mean, again, like, is this what it feels like to be like the Lakers or the Warriors or something?
Well,
like,
that's... I wanted...
roll over teams?
Glad you said that, man. That's the point I wanted to hit was, Adam was saying how fun is it when these things happen. To my knowledge, these things don't really happen to the Denver Nuggets. And now I know it's Aaron Gordon. I know it's Aaron Gordon and not Anthony Davis.
Yo.
But it was the big name at the trade deadline.
Can we talk about the biggest Gordon of the day?
happened?
The Gordon Glazer. Dude, he's back.
He's back with a $139.99 piece.
Unbelievable.
Shouts to
David
Gordon.
Hughes, like, oh, dude.
The homies are all out, man.
The vibes.
The vibes are...
vibes.
It was just so cool and so fun. So there's a new player in Denver, and not only is it a new guy, it's the guy that everyone wanted. Denver's the guy that got him, and he looked as good as advertised, at least in 20 minutes. So it's just like a kind of thing that's fun, and it might be the latest sign in a long line of signs here that maybe things are changing slowly for the Nuggets. Just one game, but I think that's so fun to embrace.
I'm going to push back a little bit in one way. What just happened?
Yeah, that's what we were saying, dude. He's the top Gordon.
Yeah, man. Gordon's all over the place, man. He's the man.
David East, the real core force, sits at the DNVR bar.
Oh, get out of here, Harrison.
I did not even realize that. Holy snakes.
That's so true, though. It's so true.
So true.
It's so
Never
true.
a truer super chat.
Harrison is kind of like our Gary Harris.
He's had his time.
We had to get rid of him.
He was always hurt, never here.
I'm not with this. I'm too loyal to Harrison.
Oh, wait, he's coming on later?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's
The
coming
best
on later.
availability here at the DNVR Bar is availability. And he went to the ball arena, so...
Which is actually a really important
Which is
jog,
so
and we're really
important.
appreciative of that.
Very important.
So Aaron Gordon tonight, guys, 21 points. He's a plus 17. He gets 13 points. Here's what I love about tonight. You go through the starters. Aaron Gordon, 13. Will Barton, 12. Michael Porter Jr., 15. Jokic, 16. Murray, 17. They're all in the same zone. Then you go to the bench and you get the same thing. You get 9 points from Millsap, 20 from JaMychal Green. We're going to talk about him a lot tonight. It's funny because everybody was worried about, is he selfish? And I said on the pregame show, and I know not everybody watches that one, but I just published an episode of The List, 38 clips on Aaron Gordon. One of my big takeaways from really getting into the film and breaking down the film was I don't think he's selfish at all. I actually think he fits in really nicely. But to be on a team where everybody just scored, like, a lot of times, and even watching the Magic, there's give Vooch the ball and, like, we need you to create something we're all going to play off, or give the ball to you and kind of make something. This was just like where the ball was moving, and it didn't matter who scored. It just was like who finished the play.
At a certain point, we're like at the box scores, the starting unit was like 10 points, 11 points, 12 points.
Yeah, just went through that. That's exactly where they are.
And there was that one play, it was Jokic to Murray, to Gordon, to MPJ in the corner, 3 and 1. And that was just the chef's kiss moment of the game.
I think that
was such a vibes possession, Like, that's a play that Malone's going to show him tomorrow, and he's going to be like, guys, this always stay in this.
I think that this has to be like the perfect like setup for Gordon moving forward to come into a situation where you only scored 13 points, you only get 2 rebounds, and everybody thinks that you were awesome.
Exactly,
Everybody's appreciating the fact that because if you go and get 13 points in Orlando, they're just like, that's what he's been doing, and people are like, he's not that good. He comes into a situation where he has 13 points, the team wins big, and everybody's saying, good job, bro. Like, you did everything that you could tonight. And he's just like, that's an okay game for me. That's a regular game. But that's just like a great way to like start your era of, I don't have to be amazing. I just have to do what I'm supposed to do or what they brought me in. And things are going to go well. So I don't know if there's a better like start for Gordon, because just moving forward, he knows he doesn't have to score to be relevant.
I feel like I'm the Aaron Gordon of this show. Like, you guys can do the heavy lifting, make really good points, and I just fire off a joke or two, and everyone's like, "Hey, great job!
Hey, nice dunk!"
That was really loud. Nice work.
Jokic's offensive rating tonight, I just pulled it up, 147. I said it was going to be 140. It was 147. I undersold it, and to me, your point to me is the most interesting one. They did just look huge tonight, and it looked like there were all these weapons, and there's times you could see the defense, and it's like, well, where do we shift?
Right.
They ran plays tonight, and, I'll get more into this, I'm sure, tomorrow with a notebook edition, but they got into the action we've done a lot of detail on that C corner. The difference was you put Aaron Gordon in the corner, you put Michael Porter in the opposite quarter, so his guy can't help over. It was actually his first bucket. It was that easy little dunk, and you saw he dunks. He comes off of an angled screen from Murray. Defenses don't want to switch that desperately, so they're trailing it. Jokic can find him like on drops a dime, and he dunks it, and he turns around and he kind of like laughs, and he's kind of like, what the hell is this?
Right,
like a wide open dunk off of one cut? Like, hold on a second.
And there was one where everyone cleared out for Murray. He was one-on-one with Trae, and then you got Aaron Gordon in the dunker spot, and then Porter behind him on the wing. Yeah. And the D just didn't know what to give up. Porter misses the shot, but Murray found him, and you're looking at that thinking, that's going to work, you know?
Can you guys hear the Whitney Houston blasting?
Oh, man. It fits the vibe, doesn't it?
My vibes are uncontainable.
Yeah, they really are.
I'm not even going to try and contain them anymore.
So yeah, Aaron Gordon's debut tonight, I thought an A+. And what's funny is this was so clear. The Nuggets play today, obviously. Then they play Tuesday. By the way, George Karl in the DNVR Bar.
Wow.
Pre-game show. If you haven't tuned into this pre-game show, you're going to want to tune in because that is the pre-game show. It's going to be a live Q&A with a live audience. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And George Karl, first of all, he had JaVale McGee. He wanted Aaron Gordon. He always has great insight, whether you agree or disagree. And I can't wait for that hour-long pre-game show before the Philadelphia game. But I even lost my train of thought where I was going with Aaron Gordon tonight.
That
he was pretty good. I knew it was
Aaron
something
Gordon
about him
was
being
good.
awesome.
George Karl will be able to provide some sort of analysis.
I know where it was.
There, okay.
Sunday they play. Thank you. Tuesday and Thursday, so they don't really get a practice in. But then they get Friday and Saturday off this weekend, and then they play the Magic, which is kind of funny. But they get those days off, and that'll be the first practice. And I think up and until then, it'll be a little clunky. Tonight was actually clunky, which is what's kind of funny here. If you noticed, there was a lot of like, hey, Aaron, no, there, you stand there, like, okay, and just kind of explaining because he doesn't know the playbook yet. He doesn't know the terminology.
That first corner action when Jokic found him and he dunked, he actually had no idea what he was doing. Right. He just happened to spring free. He's the right guy for it, though.
So that's what's so encouraging about it is just kind of playing basketball. You can generate this with the kind of talents that they had out there. So Aaron Gordon, incredible. Very excited for it.
One more thing on Gordon. We didn't see a ton of it tonight, but there was one possession where John Collins tried to back him down and take a fadeaway in the post. And Gordon just stifled him. And, it was just one possession, but you're thinking, prior to this, who did the Nuggets have that you would even like on John Collins? By default, let alone Gordon, who now matches up well. And so just already you got to see why this is an exciting move. Absolutely.
And it wasn't just him. It really was. We talked about this in the pregame show, but Aaron Gordon, it wasn't just him playing great. It's that does he unlock everything else? And I just felt like, you look at the shooting tonight, Murray 7 of 11. Jokic 7 of 12, Porter 6 of 12, Barton 5 of 13. He was the only guy that came back in during garbage time and then kept missing. But everybody tonight was like 11 or 12, 50% on 11 or 12 shots, and it was just so natural. That's the thing about tonight. It was so natural.
Yeah, nothing was forced. Like it really felt. It is. It's just when you find that perfect piece. Like Aaron Gordon didn't have to search for his shots. He didn't have to learn like the new strange offense that the Nuggets run. It's like, dude, play the game the right way. The ball will find you. You will get your points. And he, to this point, one game in, has bought in, and it's beautiful to see. I just don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands, man. I know that we're playing the Hawks, and you have to be measured about these things, and it could all look bad in a day or two. And again, everything's difficult.
No, the Hawks are good.
The Hawks always give Denver trouble. They always give Denver trouble. Like
they're 23 and 23
earlier this year. And the thing that I thought was like just actually the best part about this evening is that because the Nuggets took care of business in such a succinct and complete way, Jokic got to have time off.
That's so true.
Jokic
Much
didn't
needed.
play, 40 minutes. Jokic got like the entire fourth quarter off. Like if we can get the team can roll and we get Jokic so that he is feeling fresh and feeling his body isn't hurting going into the playoffs.
To the defensive end, John Collins is coming off of a 38-point game, his previous game. Tonight he gets 11 points on 3 of 9 shooting. And again, it wasn't all Gordon, but it was just a larger piece of the puzzle that Denver in the first quarter gives up 35 points. Pretty ugly. Then they give up 20 in the second, 24 in the third, and the game was out as this was over by then. So, incredible. Do you have something else?
One thing from tonight that actually didn't go well, not a shining example.
Oh boy, here it comes.
But maybe you can also sort of look to see how this works well in the future. Will Barton was very aggressive tonight, and in the first quarter, it was an efficient aggression because he was open, and because at shooting guard, he's going to have some more favorable matchups. Now, he ultimately finishes with an inefficient night.
And he took some bad ones.
Took some bad shots.
When the game didn't matter anymore, but still, it's annoying.
Down the stretch, yeah, like, not the best grade for him in the grades tonight. My point is this, though. I kind of like that he's going to be aggressive because there are going to be nights where he has a favorable matchup. And it can be Gordon who's the fifth option. And so it didn't work out quite that way tonight, but you saw sort of flashes of how just by sticking Gordon at 3, everything falls into place down the line.
But by the way, tonight, Aaron Gordon, as I'm looking at it, I didn't realize this, but 139 offensive rating when he was on the court, 95 defensive rating.
Oh, that's good.
So none of the starters really had. I guess Jamal Murray also had a good defensive rating. Everybody else was a little bit.
I'm like always like an advocate of the NBA season. Like let's go to the playoffs. I don't want to do it anymore.
No way. I want to.
Come on.
I want to watch this. I want to savor this the entire way. This is like
soaking it all.
Exactly. It's like the first bite of the first appetizer, and I'm like, oh, it's great. I can't wait for the second appetizer.
This is the amuse-bouche,
then the soup comes in. Then we get the salad, the little bread with the roll. I want to go to Jokic second, guys. We could go anywhere with these starters, but to me, it really is the story of now you just give him another weapon, and that's what he is. It's not that Paul Millsap's not a weapon. He's less of a weapon than he used to be years ago, but he's more of a mismatch, let's throw it to Millsap and let Millsap sort of cook. Now it just feels like cutter, spot up, handoff, cutter, and it's just Jokic just throwing darts tonight. I mean, I bet his triple-double, I advised you guys to do it. I didn't think the Nuggets were going to win by 30, guys. He gets 16, 10, and 8. Didn't even play the fourth quarter.
That's why you don't listen to Adam. He doesn't take things into consideration.
That's true.
At one point in this game, I thought I saw Jokic with a smile on his face, trotting back down the court, and it just looked as easy as he would like it to look. and just the same way James Harden would love to go out and get you 45 and 18, Jokic would love to play 28 minutes and go 7 from 12 from the field.
So much
Call it a night.
true.
Yeah, just like not even a cruise control, just like comfortable. He just is really out there comfortable, and he knows that the offense is flowing. Like, this is like, he's in a situation like he's just enjoying it. He's smiling. He's like, this is what I want it to feel like. This is where it's supposed to be. I have basketball players around me that know exactly where to be. I don't have to tell them like where they're supposed to be. I don't have to get on anybody. You haven't seen an animated Jokic in a long time because it's starting to flow. It's starting to get to where he wants it to be. And you see that tonight where he's getting assists. He's not like forcing the issue. Like, just a couple of nights ago, we see him go for 30 shots in a game where you're like, okay, they're going to run the offense through him. Tonight, he doesn't play much, and he still is happy and still comfortable out there. And that's just the type of game that he had.
I think the fact that he was the team high 147 offensive rating, one is it's what matched the eye test. When I'm watching this game, I'm like, wham, when Jokic is out there, he really is Peyton Manning right now, just in his bag. And so it's I 100% think he was the second story for me of the starting lineup tonight because of how comfortable he was. Let's take our first break though. We got more starters to get to. We got more bench to get to. But also, guys, want to let you know we're on a DNVR 2 channel right now. We're not on our typical channel. YouTube's a hater. YouTube flagged us.
Unbelievable.
They flagged one of our Avalanche shows before it even went live.
YouTube's a Brooklyn Nets fan.
They saw us growing in power.
YouTube thinks that the Lakers deserve to get Andre Drummond. That's who YouTube is.
So we got flagged. We're working on it. We believe it'll be resolved. There was nothing wrong, but our site is down right now. So we're gonna be here. You're gonna want to hit the subscribe button. This is our backup channel, which you never know. Apparently, it's happening all over. I keep hearing
they found us. I mean, we're at 1,200.
Oh hell yeah, they found us. Here we are.
We appreciate
hit the subscribe because we're gonna be here for a while, guys. So you're gonna hit subscribe.
In the meantime, guys, let's talk Celsius. Let's talk Breckenridge Brewery, the official brewery and beer of DNVR. Breck's finally introducing their seltzer line. Comes in a beautiful Jokic 15-pack. Apple pear, cherry, peach, berry, honeydew. Head to the Breck Beer Locator, see where the closest 15-pack of Breck Seltzers is to you, and pick one up. What is the Breck Beer Locator? It's my favorite tool. You tell it where you live, it tells you where the Breck is. It's that easy. The farmhouse is open as well, socially distanced, beautifully set up for outside dining. If you're more comfortable at home, of course, you can order that curbside pickup from 12
guys,
to 8.
Everybody's been in the house, rightfully so, and maybe not going out or limiting. Now that the world's opening up, if you can, get out there. Support businesses that have been drowning for
check out
so long.
The Breck compound rules, and the farmhouse is great. So check it out if you feel comfortable. And remember, call 303-803-1380 from 12 to 8 p.m. for pickup. Use code DNVR to save $5. Guys, The Denver Nugget stonks are up.
They're so up.
Nikola Jokic MVP stonks still up, baby. He's the odds-on favorite
he might win
at
it, man.
DraftKings
I think
Sportsbook.
he's winning it.
If you would like to rep a shirt that supports that message and supports another good message at the same time, check out our friends at the Colorado Hawks. Go to JokicForMVP.com. Purchase one of their Jokic for MVP tees. They're getting great reviews from our members. They're comfortable. They look great, and all the proceeds go to support the Colorado Hawks, which we've been telling you about now for a while.
It's a great organization.
It's and they're an affordable program that have never turned away an athlete over costs. So yeah, check out Colorado Hawks. Go to JokicForMVP.com. Support the cause.
One other note here, guys, as we're on this new channel, the super chats coming in. Hopefully our guy Byron was able to find the new one for our sake. But guys, just want to let you know, those super chats, we really appreciate them, and I want you to know where they're going. We had a meeting about this not too long ago because
Cancun.
What's that?
Oh, I'll let you finish.
No, they. So we wanted to use them for something that was cool for everybody that tunes into these shows specifically. It goes to the equipment. We already got a brand new computer that we get to use. Super producer Kale now live on the. Brand new piece of equipment that you guys bought with your super chats, and obviously Studio B. You guys, we've been in there one time. It was rough.
Actually, it's been renamed Facundo Campazzo.
It actually have renamed Studio B Facundo Campazzo.
Why? Because it's small and hot.
Exactly.
You've been in there once.
But just upgrading some of our equipment here, so we appreciate it. And now you know where that goes. It's weird talking about these guys individually. Like Michael Porter tonight, I thought was really good. He did fail to catch a wide open lob again, which is now becoming the Murray to MPJ lob might be the worst lob combo, like volume lob combo in the history of the NBA.
Is this a bit? Please stop it if it's a bit.
It does feel like a
this
bit.
This is not funny.
We're getting a lot of Whitney Houston. Somebody in the bars at Whitney Houston's band. It's better than the bit when people just play Who Let the Dogs Out over and over.
You're not? Oh, you don't like Whitney Houston? I'm digging it.
No,
you know what? I'm
he's
with
asking.
it.
Is that what you were asking?
No, I was talking about the alley-oops.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please stop.
No, they both actually went hand in hand.
They both went hand in hand.
They're both just not working. They're not working. They're both very, very good, and it should work, but not at the times that it does.
Here's where I actually want to go on Michael Porter Jr. Tonight we talked about how easy and how seamless it was that this was happening. I thought Michael Porter was a part of that. The game came to him tonight. It wasn't forced for him. You take it for granted because it stands out when he is not that way, when maybe he's rushing shots or not touching the ball or whatever. But tonight was one of those games where you're like, he's pretty integrated into the rhythm of this team, the way that they play.
I love this take. I tweeted yesterday, I think we're already taking this kid for granted. I think for a while now he's been the player they need him to be, and those mistakes are so loud that sometimes we sort of fail to see how much higher the baseline has been for him. And tonight, 15 points, but 10 rebounds, including five offensive rebounds in just 26 minutes. Also 3 assists, by the way. That's not very MPJ.
Man, what's more impressive, 5 offensive rebounds or 3 assists? These two are having their own conversation.
I know,
I don't know what to do.
Well, let me just catch you up. So after I made the gaffe about you thinking it was Whitney Houston, Dev saved me, and then he told me I was a fucking idiot in my ear.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then you were talking about a player. We didn't know who he said. Who are they talking about?
Good stuff, Eric. So we're talking about Michael Porter Jr., who has quietly been the exact player they need him to be for a month now, really.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything on that? Michael Porter.
The player? Like, what do you mean? Dude, my MP, I just couldn't be, like, the tide lifting all boats. It's so true. Like, the fact that no players on the Denver Nuggets had a performance tonight where it looked like they were pressing at all, except for potentially Will Barton. Like, Michael Porter Jr., just like him also, like, very seamless, very effortless, finding the right play, finding the right pass, doing things that we never thought possible. That we really just, when he first came into the league, it was felt as though his only path to success was scoring the basketball, right?
Yeah.
And it's just not that anymore. Like, he's in defensively around the rim. He's getting those rebounds. Like, the fact that he's now, like, almost as reliable as a double-double maker as Nikola Jokic is, that's, I mean, I didn't think that would ever be the case. We knew that he would always go and look for offensive rebounds because it meant that he could have another chance to score.
Sure.
But he's putting in the work on the defensive end. Defensive rebounds. And
32 assists ties the third highest assist total of the season, which is, again, really awesome when you figure that the end of the game was kind of just a whatever. So their season high 37 they got against Charlotte. They got 34 against Minnesota. So this ties now 2 other games at 32. That's just I mean, that's great vibes for your first game with a new piece. Let's go to the bench. Will Barton, I thought he was good. I saw early in the game he was like 5 of 9 or something like that, and the Nuggets were, but the 9 was of course more than Murray or Jokic, and I saw a couple people tweeting out or like on the timeline that are like, of course Barton thinks he can take the most shots. I'm like, guys, Nuggets are up, and he just happened to be the guy that had the most shots. Now, in the second half, he did take a couple that were like a little rushed.
How can you be mad about it?
If you're up by 30 points, take a breath.
If you find yourself angry
Go
about
outside.
any part of this game, you gotta look at the man in the mirror.
Yeah. Also, I think that is the fans. They bring that negativity in, and he hears it. He hears
so
it
true.
because he be playing so well.
He definitely
and then
hears
something
it.
happens, and then everybody says how bad he's playing, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to play bad, and he starts taking some extra shots and stuff like.
I'll show you bad.
By no means did we think he played well in the second half, but the way that he started out that game was really, really good. And Adam, you actually brought up a good point, which was shocking to me. You brought up the good point of now with Aaron Gordon being in that starting lineup, it now forces teams to put a worse defender or a worse player on Will Barton. So now it comes a little bit like more open for him and more free. And I think he understands that. That's why I think you'll see a lot more heat check shots because he's like, this guy should not be holding me. You'll probably start using Will Barton and pick and rolls a bit more, and he'll be in spots that he could knock down open shots. So I think that'll free him like eventually. But as of right now, it looks like it was in a good flow to start that game out, and that's what you have to take. Whatever happens in that, like in the end of the game where like it's a blowout, that doesn't matter. It really does not matter. But when it was like time for the Nuggets to like play well and go through him, he looked really good.
How close is this to I don't want to say optimal as in realistically optimal. Of course, optimal is Steph Curry, Giannis. But I'm talking about when you build a roster, Murray, MPJ, Jokic, we love it. Now Aaron Gordon, Will Barton. How close are we to? If 100% is like the best, most realistic option, where are we at?
It's the closest they've been. It's the closest.
I think it's the closest they've been
in the Jokic era.
I mean it's one game, so we're living in the moment a little bit.
Sure.
Hyperbole is on blast, is on full. But goddamn, man, like if you watch that basketball team play basketball, you're like, I don't know what Will Barton. I'm supposed to be mad about something. I can't figure out what.
Right,
That's so true.
Was Faku? I don't know what to like. I mean, it just all made sense, and they got to the point where Kale early on was like, "Yo, they're gonna win this game by 30." I'm like, Kale, come on, bro, come on, bro. And then they won this game by 30. It's like, I don't know. Like maybe this is just maybe they're gonna be this good, and the brain trust at the Denver Nuggets might actually know what they're doing, like more than Twitter, which is weird. I know.
Should we look at King of the Game? Who won King of the Game?
Great segment.
Do we have a guess?
If I was to guess King of the Game, I would guess.
Is it up there? Is that it? Yeah, it's up there. Tim Conley. All the Nuggets are good.
It's a great picture. That's the exact smile I would make if my entire fan base doubted me for 3 months for no reason.
You know that he's just sitting there, just like Kiz's article open.
Right,
just that's right. You. That's
Tim,
right.
we know you're watching. Come to the bar.
Hey, by popular
he's
demand,
coming.
though, so shout out Discord members. We hear you. We love you. Tim Connolly, King of the Game.
King of the Game, baby.
Game.
Tim Conley. He deserved it. He's assembled a super team with second-round draft picks and like fringe trades.
And Tim Conley, by the way, he messed up and let Donovan Mitchell go. Rudy Gobert, we had him in our hands. We let him go. Can you believe these trades he made on draft night? Shut up. Like, it doesn't matter. None of this matters.
Shut up, dork.
Dude, I don't want to hear about Donovan Mitchell ever again. I don't want to hear about Rudy Gobert ever again. Like, Tim Connolly is able to find the players that are good at basketball that maybe other people don't even know to look to find. I mean, as soon as he got Nikola Jokic, it was a wrap. And he's had then the runway to be able to put the right players around him to complement him. And now, like, I can't imagine a better prototypical team for Nikola Jokic to anchor.
I'm very excited to see what he does just for the years going forward. Now that you have maybe a core 4 in place, what do you do with all these other pieces? I'm so curious. Let's get to some of the others tonight, and we have to start with JaMychal Green, who had more points than minutes.
So that's a season high for JaMychal Green, 20 points in 14 minutes, just under 14 minutes. 7 for 12 from the field, guys, 3 of 5 from deep. 7 rebounds to boot. Damn near flawless off the bench, JaMychal Green.
Remember when at the beginning of the year we were like, who the hell's Jeremy Grant? JaMychal Green is the player we always wanted, we always should have had. He got hurt, and then we were like, oh, maybe he sucks. But no, he's still good. Like,
I think that's part of it. I think another part of it is just a little bit of like roster clarity, or and they still like the Nuggets missing Monte Morris. I think that he's another piece that comes back and immediately impacts Denver's second unit in a positive way. But tonight he plays alongside Paul Millsap. He plays alongside obviously Campazzo, who had it going tonight from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from 3. Gets in there with Dozier, and it just worked a little bit cleaner than it did in the previous game. Go ahead, Devin.
And it also just goes like hand in hand. I'm glad that you brought up Campazzo, because when Facu plays well, JaMychal Green tends to play well, because I just think he understands where to go. And then also when Facu's making those wild passes that he makes, I think it just brings some energy to that second unit. The difference in this game between every other game is JaMychal Green was hitting his 3-point shot. When his 3-point shot opens up, everything else opens up. He's playing harder.
Yeah.
He's getting on the boards. He's stepping up on the defensive end, and I think it goes hand in hand. When Facu does well with that second unit, JaMychal Green tends to also be the one that is the one that's getting fed in it, and he's knocking down shots right now. And he had a game, he had a team high 20 points today.
Yeah, it's crazy that he had a team high in 14 minutes. You would think usually if a player has a team high in 14 minutes, something probably went really wrong. You're like, well, nobody could score, and then somebody off the bench just got hot in garbage time. Nope, JaMychal Green was just in it. And 3 of 5 shooting, it was great. I'm really excited for Monte to get back. I don't know when that's going to be, but you look at it. JaVale McGee didn't even get in the game tonight, which is kind of curious. I'm sure Harrison Wind will be joining us live from Ball Arena shortly. Maybe he has an answer as to why that was tonight. But, I kind of like the 2 power forward lineup. We've talked about it a lot, but tonight it seemed to work. So as Monte returns, that lineup makes even more sense. I thought Campazzo was good tonight in his 28 minutes. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 rebound, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, which for him is really big. I've talked about how his shot has been off lately. Knocking him down, that's big for sort of his success.
He also had some rhythm passes and some swag passes. He had
some swag tonight for sure.
He nutmegged the guy. He did a completely needless no look swing pass to Vlatko in the corner.
I am declaring Facundo Campazzo the best nutmegger in all of the NBA.
He's the nutmeg king.
He's the nutmeg king, and you know what? We'll have to let his career unfold a little bit. Perhaps all time.
Ooh.
Yo, the one tonight, that was 3 yards away from him, through Gallo's legs on the move.
With 3 guys around the guy he wanted to throw it to.
Hit Green in stride, too.
I follow this awesome guy on TikTok. Big TikTok guy I am. And he's called Jacob the Acrobat. Have you seen this guy?
No.
And he just does the craziest little juggles crazy stuff, or I don't know. He's just great. Jacob the Acrobat. Check him out.
This is when your dad played video games one time with you.
So true.
It's I like that with the turtles and the.
he's like an acrobat. He's so good. Anyway, Facu's the one he had today with a guy on the move and he throws. It's not like you were saying this. Usually a nutmeg, you're hip to hip, so it's easy. He threw that one the guy was kind of far away on the move, and he throws it through a guy's moving legs, and you're just like. Imagine if I just told Vogt, walk that way. I'm going to throw this basketball between your legs while you're I'm going to time it. It'd be so hard. And he just does it.
Yeah, especially if you didn't tell him you were going to do it. He just did it.
He just did it.
And you're like, Vogt, stop this basketball. And then you put it through his legs.
You know what, though? He is 5'10". I know he's listed at 5'11". That means he's 5'9". He's 5'9", 5'10". And he's out there playing against 7-footers and 6'8", 6'10". It really would be. I have to do this for myself. It really would be like me playing against 8-footers. And I just keep thinking about this, maybe it is easier to throw between guys' legs. When
I was going to say, I think I can break this down for you. Everyone likes to talk about the thirds of a field or a court. There's actual vertical thirds as well.
Exactly.
And as someone who's down here on that first plane, the nutmeg is really kind of your plane of vision.
So that means that he's reading calf muscles out there.
He really is.
He's just okay, I know that calf muscle, throws it to a spot, and they just go out and get it. That's what I envision.
This is my kind of content, baby.
This is why you come to the show. Other shows talk about
nobody else is giving this analysis right here. Now, Facu was good.
Calves.
We needed a good Facu game, man. I mean, it had been a couple, so it was nice to kind of get that. Paul Millsap, dad, off of the bench. He still gets 20 minutes. He gets 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He did his thing. He had a couple dad shots.
Yeah.
Classic little up and one with a one-handed total BS floater that he always makes.
And so much easier to appreciate when you're not spending 3 quarters bemoaning the decision to start him. You know,
Yeah, right,
you can
right.
just go, okay, I'll take that. That's helpful. I thought Paul looked comfortable tonight.
I guess RJ Hampton's having a little game against the
he?
against the Lakers right now.
I gotta look this. Oh, dude,
Magic up on the Lakers.
82 to 77 with 7 minutes left to play.
Ooh, whoa.
It's a stink fest.
Real defensive battle we have over there. RJ Hampton with 10 points. All right, that's pretty good. What do we got? Gary Harris watch. He's not playing tonight. Oh yeah, he's out. Still out. Of course. Forgot about that. And that first round draft pick also not playing tonight. What other notes we have? Zeke Naji, friend of the show. He comes in tonight, gets 1-1 from the 3-point line, gets 5 points. He was a
Great.
+2.
All the Nuggets are good. Every single one.
Actually, we do have to talk about one other player off the bench.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do too.
Oh.
One other player off the bench.
Marcus Howard.
Bobo.
Bobo!
Okay,
Bobo, man.
Guys, I wish
read
you
your tone, not your. I got it. Okay, go on. Bobo.
Important super chat to get to as you bring up Bobo.
Okay.
Bobo better shooter than MPJ?
Man.
Ray,
No.
Ray, thank you for the super chat.
We got to refund you this.
Maybe you take the shot. Did you take the shot for the
You know
super
what,
chat?
though? I mean, here's the thing. Maybe. I mean, like, look, I don't think he's a better shooter, in large part because his shot is so weird and it almost looks like
Trebuchet.
It's really weird how he has to get it off and his legs kind of split. But I'll tell you what, his shot is, or his touch is just so soft. Like, I don't know how he does it, but he throws these. They go so high, they go so awkward, and they just land gently on the rim. And you're just kind of like,
It's like an angel coming down, just dropping a single tear.
it's so wild, man.
A
But
single raindrop on your cheek.
you know, I expected him to be traded at the deadline. I was shocked.
Yeah, he did too.
I thought that if they couldn't work him into a regular deal, that they would just trade him to like Charlotte for a future second or something. Just so the fact that he stayed was very surprising to me. And one of the things I wondered was, you know, he is not in a position of power. He was a second-round draft pick. The Nuggets extended him when he hadn't proven himself and just said, like, hey, we'll give you – we actually get to make millions, even though you haven't necessarily proven that you're an NBA piece. And I thought that he handled the first half of the season very poorly. But I wonder if there is something to, hey, you thought you were getting out, but you're not. This is your lot. And by the time this summer arrives, you're going to be 2 years into your NBA career. And you can either waste that, or you can approach your 5 minutes here or there and come out and try to ball out and try to do the right thing. And tonight he at least, I mean, he hit shots.
I believe strongly that Bol Bol is going to be in the G League next year. That he's actually going to get real playing time because you're right. Like something seismic would have to take place for Bol Bol to like truly and earnestly crack the rotation.
He needs the tower card is what he needs.
He does, but what he needs is the ace of pentacle minutes. He just needs to get a bunch of minutes, and he's not going to get minutes unless
But what I mean is,
happens.
and this is why RJ Hampton, I was so impressed with him when he was here, was he didn't get a lot of minutes either, but he approached his minutes just
You're
so
right.
well. You could just tell he was out there to work. And I just think Bol there has to be something that clicks for him of like, look, this is all I'm getting. I'm not 5 minutes. That's the most I'm ever going to get. I need to go out there and drain some threes and make some plays. And tonight, at least he hit those shots and you kind of watch it and you go like, oh yeah, this guy's actually really awesome at certain things.
If I think that there's one player that's not benefiting, that's not benefiting at all from us not having anybody at the home arena, it's Bobo. Because if we're at the home arena and all the fans are there, he's going to be a fan favorite. Every single time he does anything, everyone is just so hyped. Like you don't care about any negatives
It's the
that he
bar's
has.
favorite part of the game.
It's the bar's favorite part. When he scored, the bar erupted. Everybody's waiting for the Bobo minutes and for him to just bring something. And I think that in a packed arena, you put him in and he just makes a single layup. He takes like the roof off of the entire place. So I really did. I hope that he's around and not in the G League next year.
think he'll be in
Where
the G League.
soon as I do think he does. He needs G League minutes, but as soon as he does something, you're going to have no choice but to keep putting him in the game. Just because you need that type of energy and what he brings. He's fun.
He's so fun.
He finishes really well at the rim. Like his efficiency is wild, and he's just out there just for small minutes and does so much with those small minutes. The attitude is what like throws it off.
Not to get too far ahead of ourselves because they do have a tough schedule. Nuggets, the easy part of their schedule is kind of coming to a close, and it's not that it gets super hard. It's just that there's not more a run of like 7 easy games in a row. But this team looked good tonight. Maybe there's a lot more garbage time in store for them. I mean, they look like a team that was ready for extended garbage time minutes.
My thing with Bull, though, is he's going to have to win a lot of small wars off the floor. I'm
Totally,
trying to say.
yep.
So showing up to
100%.
practice, being on time for everything, having a smile on his face, being ready to work, showing up with your what does Malone like to say? Your hard hat on or whatever.
Hard hat and lunch pail. I think that's a real. That's a real saying.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the stuff. I mean, that's you can see it from a distance. Really, like Bull's very, very talented. But those are the questions he's going to have to answer and he's going to have to show a lot of patience.
Dude, you're so right. The tower.
It is the tower.
Dude, this is just another full tower situation where a player that was just given unbelievable physical gifts is like not doing all that he can to maximize them. Like he needs to get out of his own way and not feel that sense of entitlement. Played very spotty minutes in his collegiate career. Doesn't have a lot of playing time under his belt, period. But still, you know, because when he was young was 4 feet taller than everyone else he was playing against, could get buckets whenever he wanted. Like, so that, you know, that mindset has to carry with you. And he's not made the transition to like, oh, I'm nothing here, you know, and he just needs that check. And I hope that this season is a little bit of an ego check for him. And, you know, having the trade deadline come and go, like he definitely felt like he was also getting traded at him. Like you could tell that game against the Raptors where he was just playing freely and playing with joy, and it was the first time we'd seen him smile this season.
Right.
He felt like he was getting turned loose, like, oh, I'm finally out from under this. But wherever he would go would be the same thing. Like every NBA coach is going to demand that workman-like attitude from every one of their players. So I'm hoping that Bull sort of realizes, okay, this, as you say, this is my lot. This is where I am. Like I need to make the best of this, and he can. Like,
and you just have to move forward. And this is the thing. I think this is a thing in life, but I think it's very obvious in basketball for a player of his caliber is you're only moving one direction in life. You're either getting better or further. If you have goals in life, you're either working towards them, and it sucks because you always want the shortest route, and you're almost always you spend so much mental energy on like what's the quickest way I can get there, and sometimes it's like there's no quick way. There's just the slow, long, tedious prospect of getting closer to your goal. And I think with Bull, that's it. Maybe it is just hey, get there early for practice or whatever. Impress in 3-on-3. All of a sudden, you build that habit and just get a little bit more.
Hey, why don't you be a part of the huddle?
Be a part of the huddle. Like, why don't you really small goals?
Why don't you not look into the rafters every time the team is talking?
You start doing those things, you have to get there, and then, you know, honestly, realistically, by the end of the year, he probably will just still be the end of bench guy, but with maybe a little bit more momentum going into summer league and everything else.
The tools he has are unrivaled.
They really are.
There's literally not another human being on earth that fits his profile.
Yeah,
truly.
It's so true.
And do you think there was another bar in not only Denver but in the world that was erupting so loudly for every Bull basket? Was DNVR the epicenter of Bull hype?
It definitely is. It definitely. Tonight when he checked in, like everybody's like all of a sudden clapping. They're like, "What is it? Oh, Bull's coming in." That's what it is.
The mechanics of him loading up for a three, you're just like 0% chance this is going in.
Yeah.
And then it leaves his hands, and you're like, this is 100% going in.
yeah.
Every time.
100%. Yep.
Let's hit our last break. Harrison, I'm told, is waiting only for Aaron Gordon. Jokic post-game workouts, but Aaron Gordon even longer post-game workouts. I don't know, maybe. So it sounds
post-game
right.
braid sesh?
This is a little post-game
break session.
So let's take our last break here.
All right, guys. One thing I had to remind myself recently, like, when's the last time you had your teeth checked out? You know?
Every 6 months.
Really? I'm bad at it. Dental health's important. That's why we're pushing you to our friends at Green Mountain Dental Group. We've had several DNVR listeners switch over to Green Mountain Dental Group, and they've made them their permanent family dentist. Those listeners, they always reach out to us. They let us know how great the experience is. They thank us for leading them there. We're hoping you're going to do the same thing. If you didn't know, Green Mountain Dental Group's in Lakewood. They're the best damn family-owned dentist in the metro, and they're extreme Colorado sports fans just like you, just like me, just like all of us here at DNVR. Remember, get a cleaning, x-ray, and exam at Green Mountain Dental Group. You walk out the door with a free Sonicare toothbrush.
What?
Free. Change your life with that Sonicare toothbrush. You guys know we also talk about Strava Craft Coffee. We're big fans of CBD. The CBD in Strava, Eric, it leaves you what?
Honking like a goose. Let's go.
Honking like a goose, baby.
Yeah, I bet when they listen to these, they're like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, this is not what we paid for.
They're like, can you just like talk about our product, please?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but anytime I can get something delivered to me, I'm all for it. You can now have Strava delivered to you. You can subscribe to Strava using their subscription service. You can choose what dosage, what flavor of coffee is shipped to you, and when it's shipped to you. And hey, you use code DNVR25 now, you get 25% off. So check out Strava Craft Coffee. It's the CBD infused coffee Best way to start your day. Take it from me. I do it all the time. And one more, guys. Let's talk about Gabby Insurance. Chances are, friends, you are paying too much for your insurance, and that's why you have to check out Gabby, because my read is messed up.
I'll explain it. Listen, I've got built into this read anyway. So you go to Gabby, you go to Gabby, GABI.com/DNVR. Get the app. It's really simple. You just put in your information of your current insurance provider. It syncs it up, and then it looks for all of the other potential insurance providers, and then tells you, like Priceline.com, what
Price
they
shopping.
did for airline flights. You're like, oh, I'm spending a lot of money on air, on garbage, on nothing. Like, I should spend
I like
less
that you
money.
think the money when you buy a flight, the money is for air.
No. Insurance. Insurance. Like, paying for insurance, you pay for nothing. Like, you're paying for the idea. Whatever. Anyway.
Okay. Chances are you are paying too much, so check out Gabby, because customers save $961 per year on average. And there's more. Gabby never sells your info, so no annoying spam or robocalls. Put your policy to the test like Eric did. Get a better insurance with Gabby.
built into this goddamn
It's totally
money.
free to check out, and there's no obligation. Go to Gabby.com/DNVR. That's GABI.com/DNVR. Gabby.com/DNVR.
Guys, I have a pretty major announcement.
Oh, boy. Should we
Breaking
brace?
news.
I'm going to brace.
I'm on the internet and I'm scouring the internet.
Okay,
I saw
bracing the internet. Okay.
Evergreen, the giant ship, has been freed.
Let's go, Vibes!
It's been freed! Hit the side of the commerce. Let's go.
International commerce is back. Let's go.
Commerce. Well,
The Suez Canal. Let's get lit.
according to the tweet, not yet. Route will be open to traffic soon.
Oh,
Okay,
never mind.
Next person.
International
next
commerce.
person
We're looking back for you, bro.
piloting a big freighter. You know what to do. You just got to immediately get it jammed again.
I feel like Isaiah Hartenstein was our own personal blocked passage, I guess.
What?
This feels unfair.
Does feel really unfair, actually, at Isaiah Hartenstein. Very low blow.
Yeah, the Evergreen has been traded for Aaron Gordon and picks.
So apparently Aaron Gordon's still taking time. I can share one quote with you guys, though, because I do have a
please do.
quote with Chris Dempsey on the Nuggets court after the game. He did the live report there. He says, I was just trying to come in and make an impact on the defensive end. It's the real deal here. I'm going to give it everything that I've got. So this reminds me, Dev has made fun of me, and I'm very self-conscious about it now, that all of my NFL references stopped like 8 years ago, and it's like painfully true. It's
He's
painfully
like,
true. How
reminds me of Doug Flutie.
I'm telling you, I could definitely going to make a Doug Flutie reference before the season's over. But this one actually does remember. This is for the OG Denver sports fan. Not even OG. It's not even that far back. But Champ Bailey, I always remember when he got traded to Denver because he's coming from what's now the Washington football team.
Yep.
He was coming, and that was like it still is, but it's a clown show of an organization, an absolute clown show. And I remember him getting here and just talking, like, giving this interview. They kept asking him questions like, "Is it different?" This and that, and he was like, yeah, man, like I can't tell you what it's like to go from Washington to the Denver Broncos, a first-class organization, at least at that time, a first-class organization through and through where they do everything right and you could feel how important everything is. And I'm not saying the Nuggets are quite yet first-class. I don't know. I think they've done a great job with what they built.
I feel like a first-class operation has a workout facility.
A practice facility. Yeah, there's certain parts of
They're like everyone
the
in the
Nuggets that are not first-class.
Everyone in the building is a class individual. I will say that.
There
Right
you
now
go.
they are. Right now
the
they are,
people
yeah.
that they have in that front office and really making the decision, the team, the coaching staff, all of that, definitely first class. And, you know, I think that's what it is. Somebody put this online where they showed the press conference with the Orlando GM, and it was just so, like, dry and airy, and it was just like, you could just tell, like, it sucks. And then you get like to Tim Conley, who's like on the flight. He's a basketball junkie. It's a little family that they've built, and this or that. And I think that's what Aaron Gordon is probably sensing is, one, the organization is here to win, and they're trying to do this. And two, the team. Like, you come in here, and everybody's like, hey, man, we expect to win. We don't expect to compete. We don't expect to do – we expect to win every night we come out here. And I just think that the vibe I get from him is that he's been 7 years in the league without ever getting a taste of what it's like to be on a real team.
Dude, Brandon Brown has summarized this perfectly. Vibes, immaculate. Deal, real.
I don't know if you guys saw Gordon running off the court. Denver scores another bucket, pushes the lead to 10 at halftime. They run to the locker room. AG, little fist pump to himself.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, there's no way he's had more like been at ease or had more fun playing basketball.
It is like whenever you go like with a buddy or someone who's got like bottle service or VIP or this or that, and you've never been there, and you're just like, fuck, this is awesome. It's awesome, but act cool. Don't act like like this is and your buddy's just like taking it for granted or whatever. You're kind of like, can I take a picture real quick of the hand soap in the bathroom, or is that not cool?
You're like, I can refill my drink of myself?
Yeah. I feel like that's how Aaron Gordon, he's just trying to act cool, but you're right. Little fist bump when the rest of the team is like, it's only half. We got to go in, whatever.
Actually, our third quarters don't usually go as well.
But that's the good thing also, because the question was going in, like, how is he going to fit in? Like right now, this is new to him. Like he hasn't been on a situation like this. And it's like, okay, these guys act a certain way. These guys know exactly what to do. And our idea is that the Nuggets, while they're not veterans, they like have been in the league long enough and won enough meaningful games that it starts to feel like they're veterans. So now he's going to like start to like pick up like a lot of things.
Right.
So like right now, this is like him, like we've already talked about the season starting over. This is him starting over. He's like, okay, I know how to play in the league, but I don't know how to like handle myself in all these other ways. And they know how to do it. So I think it's just amazing. This is a great night for him completely, like just like a new start.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you need that too sometimes. You know, Denver does have a lot of new pieces this year. You know, JaMychal Green, Campazzo. So they have, and even guys like Dozier and Michael Porter who are bringing in new roles. But I do feel like Gordon's a little bit different in that, like, just a reminder. And in fact, maybe even a reminder to Jamal and Nikola and the main pieces of like, guys, it's not like this everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of times you get drafted into a crappy team and you don't get, you take for granted all this stuff and you get here and you're like, dude, this is actually really cool that we're good.
You could be like, look at the Nuggets 2 years ago and it wasn't like this.
Yeah.
Well, a little longer, but sure.
They were working towards it, but you're right. They hadn't been there.
Not this.
Right.
Like this is now the team has hit like its full maturation with Nikola Jokic, like the leader. This all comes about, like every well-run organization is really only about leadership. Yeah. You can have the right people in place, but like if the vision is not clear and there are power or leadership voids, people are left to make their own decisions, and the entire organization, and it's no longer moving in the right direction. Nikola Jokic has assumed that just through not because he wanted to. He's the reluctant leader. He's everything you want. He's just good enough that everyone watches how he plays and follows along and gets in line. And it's no one's just trying to figure out what to do. And so when you come into a situation like that, that's why I was like not worried at all. We were talking about how he would fit in. It's like, he's going to fit in because he just has to. It's really he can either fit in or he can sit on the bench, and there's no other options. And Aaron,
he would stick out if he didn't fit in. If he did come here, he would stick out like a sore thumb.
Yes.
Because every player, even Michael Porter, good as he is, early on when he's trying to get it, sticks out like a sore thumb because it's like, bro, we don't do that here. Yeah. This is what we do.
Yes.
12 points for you, 15 for you, 18 for you. And sure, Jokic some nights gets this year, a lot of nights gets 28, this or that. But when the team is actually firing all cylinders, it works like this, and everybody's happy. And I think that's what Aaron Gordon sees immediately. Like it didn't take long.
Totally.
And already just in there where it's like, hey, this is fantastic. Aaron Gordon speaking now. We can do a little hot box and hot takes.
What the heck is Gordon spotting Jokic? Is that what's happening?
What if he's showing him new lifts?
What?
What if all this time it just to Aaron Gordon and Jokic's going to be just so jacked?
He's like, yo, bro, the chicks actually love this one.
Yeah,
that's Gordon's vibe for sure.
And what if like Jokic in the dunk contest in like 3 years?
You think they're getting tattooed together?
Oh man, actually, can we talk about this part of it? Aaron Gordon, we're getting to know his personality a little bit. Yeah. Very much a chill California bro.
Very chill bro.
Very chill bro. There's a video of him from in high school where he's at a summer tournament, carrying his longboard.
Oh yeah.
He's got just got a longboard home after the basketball game. Like he's definitely all about vibes. He's a big vibes guy. I take it. I'm projecting here.
I'll ask him that.
You should ask him, hey, are you a big vibes guy?
Aaron, do you prefer the term chemistry or vibes?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's definitely vibes.
Yeah, Aaron, Brendan Vogt, DNVR. How would you rate the vibes? I'll take my question offline. Thank you.
Aaron Gordon 100% fits in Colorado. He's a Californian who moved to Colorado and is like, this is incredible.
Yeah,
I'm going to jack up home prices.
In and out.
He's going to take his first picture of the mountain skyline from the In-N-Out drive-through line. Love it here.
But he is, I'm telling you, he's like a chill. I think he's like a super chill guy. There's another video of him explaining all of his tattoos.
Yeah.
They're all about vibes.
I hope he gets a tattoo of Nikola Jokic.
Dude, that would be a really cool vibe.
He and I can go together.
So before we do hot takes, I actually already have a practical take with Aaron Gordon. I know we're just in the everything went so well, so it's fun. I'm already like, look ahead to this next game. It's Philly, even without Embiid. Kind of a tough matchup for Denver.
Sure. They keep winning. Joel Embiid, the MVP candidate, front runner MVP, gets hurt. The defense gets better, and the team never loses.
But I've always
Draw your own conclusions.
Every time Denver plays Philly, I'm like, yo, who the hell guards Ben Simmons? And I think Aaron Gordon is kind of your natural answer.
It'll
and
be
that's,
Will Barton.
But even that's just fun, like being able to answer that question. You know what I mean? Instead of going like, oh, I guess Torrey Craig 30 minutes tonight. This is so much better.
Right.
So much better.
Yeah, the 76ers will be a heck of a matchup because they have one. I mean, Embiid goes down, and then they win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of their next 8. Their only loss coming in overtime to Milwaukee and then to the Clippers, so 2 of the best teams. So that's going to be a really tough matchup. But you're right. It will be neat to see who he guards. Another take for me. I don't really believe this one, but I'll throw it out there. It's possible. It's not that I don't believe it. I just...
Are we officially in hot box?
We're officially in Hot Box and Hot Takes, baby.
All right,
Officially here.
Let me get comfortable then.
Get comfortable here. It might not take that long to acclimate. Like, we keep thinking like, 15, 20 game, but as long as by the playoffs they get going, maybe not. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's like 3 games and they're off and running.
Yeah, I put on Twitter and got immediately reprimanded by Katie Wingy. I think I might get a little tired of winning, guys. I mean, is that really that fun? It's just
I honestly don't think you'll get tired of winning. I don't think you will.
This is my hot box and hot take.
I mean, look, dude, tonight was the best possible display you could have seen of what we've all been hoping for, which is a guy who did not take as many shots as people think, is not as high usage a player as people think, said every right word in that press conference about what he was coming to Denver to try and do. And tonight he did it. Now, it's somewhat predictable that he would come out tonight, play high energy, really try to fit within his role, do everything he said he would do. We'll see if that lasts across the season. But
yeah, is he a liar?
This is not the same thing as trying to figure out, like, how do we get Bradley Beal his touches or whatever?
Right.
It's a way different
totally.
deal. So.
Dude, that's why this is the it's been said ad nauseum. We're gonna say it ad nauseum. Like,
what?
This is the perfect piece for this team. It's the perfect piece.
I think it's as good as they could have done at least. But you know what? It's hot box and hot take, so perfect.
I know what the freak.
Yeah, dude.
Another Hot Box and Hot Take. Aaron Gordon is, and again, I don't have to fully believe this, but a little. Aaron Gordon is going to make the Nuggets cool. They were already cool,
Dude,
but he's going to bring the cool to the masses.
Look, I'm a Nuggets fan. Look how cool I am.
Well, yeah, look at you.
Backwards hat.
Absolutely.
Dude,
Now you got a point there.
I got this jacket from
Tell me about that, because here's the
this jacket
thing.
from J. Crew.
Gordon
That's
is
pretty
known
cool.
from the dunk contest, Cali guy. He's fun, this or that. Now you got Michael Porter, you got Gordon, you got Murray. I think people are going to be like, hey, this Nuggets team is actually pretty dope.
Yeah, and then there just be like more in the conversation. You get to talk about them more. You get to see them more. And now they're going to show up on those big games. Like this was a nationally televised game, right? Like you're going to see them in these type of games blow teams out and actually go on a run. I didn't get my hot box and hot take. Mine is the Nuggets are about to reel off a 10-game winning streak.
What?
Wait, we already started it?
10
We're 2 games into it?
We're 2 games into
Philly
it.
and Clippers coming next.
10-game winning streak. That's coming. There
Wow.
goes mines.
You need to pass that because you're
Actually,
you're hockey.
before I
It's a
write
little
the
too
play
hot
grades
here.
today,
Yeah.
gonna-
Can you pass that around a little?
Everybody go to Chiba Hut. Everybody go.
Let's see. What is my actual hot take? I believe that the Nuggets are going to look this good with their starting unit against every other starting unit that they face. Like, I think it's going to be this natural, this effortless, this it's going to come down to the bench a lot for the Nuggets. But I don't think that the Denver Nuggets starting unit is going to lose their minutes from this point on. I don't care. That's what I think. Hot box not.
They'll never lose their minutes. I like it.
Between roster construction, league landscape, MVP Jokic, these Denver Nuggets are better constructed to go to the finals than any team in NBA organization history.
The Nuggets organization. Oh, yeah, I like it. I dig it. I think it's fair.
Reasonable.
It is a
actually.
little early. Like if this was the team to start the season, then I think we maybe feel a little bit even better about it. One of the questions is can they gel and how quickly? But on paper, I think that's a very reasonable take, an extremely reasonable take.
You remember my take was that Aaron Gordon should go to hell and we didn't want him?
No, stop bringing that up. Stop bringing it up. We got away with it. Now you just let it go.
Like when Eric calls up his own old takes exposed.
Yeah, well, I just need to let everybody know that I'm not always right.
All right, here's a take I 100% believe. Your best player is not always your culture setter. I think Jokic, number one culture setter in the NBA. Damian Lillard.
In the NBA.
Listen to me. Damian Lillard is a great leader. I think he's probably better in certain aspects of that. But what I mean is, Jokic is I saw the interview with Jamal Murray and Cassidy Hubbard the other day, and the way that Murray was just like gushing about Jokic, and remember, Murray is the Batman or the Robin to Jokic's Batman. That's a tough spot to be in when you're young, talented, rich, famous, all these things. But the way that he's just so comfortable, like, being effusive in praise for Jokic. Why? Because Jokic is like, bro.
Because Jokic is fucking Batman.
Well, he is. But I'm saying,
like, when you're Robin, you're like, at a certain point, you're like, that's Batman.
Is this true? Is this true all the time that every second best player always is like, you know what? I'm cool being the second best player because this guy's so much. No, of course not. Kobe and Shaq. I mean, how many times have you had? There's so many times. Even
right.
T-Mac and Vince. Like there's so many times when your two best players, and one of them's like, yeah, he's better, but I could do even better.
Jeremy
but
Grant.
I'm telling you, Jokic comes in and dominates a game with 12 points.
You're right.
And I think Aaron Gordon sitting here is just got to be like, I got to go out and prove myself. I got to do this. And I just think it's going to be easy for him to acclimate when he looks around and goes, everybody gets their due, even if the numbers aren't there, because there's this like system in place that works. So there you go. I said it.
Another hot box and hot take that I have is I'm just looking at the NBA standings. Ooh. I think Nuggets are going to go after that number 2 spot, and they're going to get it. They're going to get that number 2 spot. Number 2.
Wow.
If you go on a 10-game winning streak,
that's
you're
true.
only like 3 games down.
Dev went top shelf.
Again, man. Wow, what are we
Dev
doing
went
here?
dealer shelf on
I
this
just
strain.
know it's just going to happen. I met a guy in the alley.
In the alley.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. But you go on a 10-game winning streak, you're going to be in number 2. Like, you're going to be up there. And I really think that they're going to, like, they got it together. And, and other teams are not, like the Suns, the Clippers, the Lakers. They're not. They're falling. They're falling, and Nuggets are rising.
Phoenix is
great spot.
Phoenix is pretty stinking good still. It's annoying. But you know what? They're 3.5 games back. They're only 3 losses back from the Phoenix Suns. So
it's happening. I'm with Dev. Me and Dev are going to go re-up in the alleyway with
if
this
you're
guy.
just joining us, this segment is called Hot Box and Hot Takes. Really want to stress that as we hammer these points home.
I like it. That one's a little too hot for me,
Dude,
but I do look at the Lakers just falling, and I do look at even
What
the
about
Clippers.
the hot take that it's unbelievable that Harrison hasn't shown up yet?
Aaron Gordon is really okay. He's setting up. Harrison tells me he is setting up now.
He's just setting up.
Aaron Gordon. We got to get used to this. Maybe we have to delay our show an extra 10 minutes.
How chill is this, bro?
That's so true.
He's just chilling out.
What time is it?
Oh, media!
Wow.
These vibes are a little too chill.
Oh, the Lakers won.
Like, they want to talk to me.
The Lakers won.
Lakers won.
Oh, the vibes are just slightly
Dude,
worse than the
vibes are realistic.
You know what? The other thing is, though, Lakers, I know they don't have AD and LeBron, but eking out a win against that Orlando team, that depleted one.
No, I just wanted to victory lap.
I know. It would be. Well, then the Denver would pass. I think Denver would catch
pass them in the standings.
Yeah, that would also be great. Let's see what else around the league. Phoenix gets a win over Charlotte narrowly. Portland just keeps winning. I don't understand it, but they keep doing it.
Yeah, they need to stop that.
Yeah, who cares?
Nuggets Portland coming up, though, before too long.
I'm ready
Can't
for
wait
it.
for it.
Actually, I'm fine with Portland winning because I kind of want Portland to pass LA. And just try to avoid that first round LA.
You're getting into the Malone zone over there.
Yeah.
All right, Harrison Wind allegedly calling in. Do you see him?
What a liar!
Right.
Who's a bigger liar, Aaron Gordon?
Does the chat have any hot box and hot takes? Where's our hot box and hot takes?
Let's see. Trade Barton, that's a pretty good one.
Trade Barton. Is there a little gust of wind coming in?
I don't want Harrison to see me look so bad. I'm gonna put my hat on forward.
An hour into the show, a gust of wind.
My laptop's dying.
I can't wait to hear. This is an especially great one.
With the evil laugh? Oh, it's about to happen. It's going down.
We just did an extended hot box and hot take, so we
Yeah, we need you to come in measured if you can do that.
So the vibes are immaculate at the bar. They're the immaculate in the Winners Lounge. What are they like in Ball Arena?
The vibes are immaculate in Ball Arena, guys. I mean, I just got to say, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
So take us in.
The vibes were immaculate. Absolutely immaculate.
What did you pick up before we get to the locker room? Just watching the game live, I'm sure you're keeping an eye on Aaron Gordon even when he's on the bench and warm-ups, all this. What did you observe from him tonight?
So I'll get to how he was in the post-game interview because I thought it was very telling how he was in the post-game. But pre-game, during the game, it just seemed like he's really happy to be here. And on the bench, like he was getting the treatment that all new players do. You know, assistant coaches were going up to him, like going over film with him during the game, during timeouts and whatnot. But he just seemed really happy to be here, interacting with the guys, dancing, jumping around. He just seems like he's really pumped to be in Denver.
I love it. All right, so take us. Where do you want to go? I mean, you're in the driver's seat here, Wind. I just want you to take us inside your experience.
Take us on a journey.
Take us on a journey.
Yeah, well, just to kind of go off what I was just saying, let's go right to Aaron Gordon. And I know I was just saying, like, it seems like he really likes to be here. It seems like he was having fun. He was talking about the Nuggets offense post-game. He was talking about playing with Nikola Jokic, and he was just smiling the whole time. It was almost like he was trying to come up with the right words to say, and he just couldn't find it because I couldn't find enough great adjectives to talk about the Nuggets and Jokic and Denver's offense.
Oh, man.
He was really smiling through the whole presser.
He's a smiler. He's going to give old Greg Whittington a run for his money.
Oh, that's nice.
Did he mention the DNVR bar?
He did not directly.
What the H? Go back to hell, Aaron Gordon.
I will read you off this quote that he had. He was asked about what his biggest surprise is or has been over the last 48 hours. He said, the quote, "The biggest surprise is how cool the city is. I didn't realize that Denver is a gem. I think it's slept on how dope the city is."
Dude, come on. Like, this is like the easiest note to play. It gets me every time. I love him.
Me too.
I love him. That's all you have to do. You just have to talk about how dope Denver is. And I'm like, dude, you're a cool guy, man.
RJ Hampton texted him. He said, here's what you do when you get there.
It's so easy, man. It's so easy. All right, in the club. Fully in the club.
Fully in the club. And another big takeaway from the post-game media session tonight, I'm going to shift real quick to Nikola Jokic because he was asked about Aaron Gordon, of course, what he was most impressed with about Gordon's night. And he said the main thing that he was most impressed with and the best thing that Aaron Gordon did was he accepted his role. Defense, offense, it didn't matter. Jokic said he's accepting it.
I think he's going to be – I think that's who he is. I really do. Even just watching the Orlando footage, whatever you say about him, I really do think he's like a piece of a puzzle, and he's cool with that. So I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, and then following that up with Aaron Gordon, he pretty much said, look, I'm not worried about my offense. There's a lot of ways to get your offense going within this system. I'm worried about locking up my guy on the defensive end and making the right play. I'm just trying to make the game easier for everybody around me, set up others, make everyone else better. So he's totally bought in. And we thought he would be coming from just like a dumpster fire in Orlando these past few years to Denver. And he's saying all the right things, and like he's also being that guy on the court too.
I love it, man. I love it. What else? Who else? What else did Jokic have to say?
So, let's see. What else did Nikola Jokic have to say?
I love when he gets into the computer, like he gets even closer to the camera.
So this kind of went under the radar tonight. I thought JaMychal Green was the Nuggets' leading scorer. 20 points. 7 of 12 shooting from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. Nikola said, quote, JaMychal is the guy who you cannot not cheer for. If you don't cheer for him, I feel like And then he went on to say, it's sad if you don't support the guy who's playing 100%. You cannot not cheer for him.
Oh, that's so
Dude,
great.
he
I
loves
love the way he loves
him
J-Mike,
so
man.
much.
I wish anyone on earth liked me as much as
So-
Jokic likes JaMychal Green.
It's so true. I love this buddy movie.
He
Buddy
wants
movie.
to play with him for the rest of his life. He declared that after the second game they played together. That's how much he loves him.
Second game. Wow, these are great vibes, man. All right, cool. What else?
No, yeah, the vibes were immaculate. JaMychal Green on Aaron Gordon. He said he was talking on defense, communicating well. It didn't look like it was his first time playing with us. And I thought that was like one of my takeaways also. For it being his first time and really not knowing the plays. And you even saw it when the Nuggets were in that corner action that they love, and Gordon got that dunk under the hoop from Jokic. He had no idea what to do on that play, but somehow wound up under the hoop. But I mean, it seemed like he just fit. So
Yeah.
I'd agree with JaMychal. It didn't really seem like it was maybe his first time playing with them.
Yeah, I think that's great stuff. Really great stuff. What else? Keep taking us, Harrison. We're at minute 70. Keep it's all you,
baby.
It's all you, man. You gotta.
Anything else that's like heavily dripping with Colorado pandering, we're ready for.
I don't have any quotes about how dope the city is, but so Gordon said he was a little surprised that he actually got the start tonight. But he did say he was very honored to be starting from the jump. He said it was a nice show of respect from the Nuggets. And Malone kind of talked about starting him, and he was like, why waste any time with him coming off the bench? Let's let that starting group create an identity.
Right.
Let's let that second unit create an identity. Let's just get that process going because, we only have, 30 games left? I don't even know how many. Not a ton here.
Yeah. I think it's cool that he's surprised by that because that just shows you where his mind frame is that he would have been not only cool with coming off the bench, but expected that he was going
Right.
to. So
Right.
that's a good thing.
Yeah. So some more here from Michael Malone. He called Aaron Gordon's debut terrific. He said his IQ, his ability to play without the ball, his movement, his cutting, his athleticism. And then he referenced that Gordon-Jokic pick and roll that ended in that Gordon dunk. And just said he's such a versatile weapon. There's not a lot of guys that can do what Aaron Gordon does. You can switch him onto a guard like Trae Young, and you feel pretty confident. And I'll have to go back and look at the film, but it seemed like Nuggets were doing maybe a little more switching than normal tonight.
I thought so too, anecdotally, Wind.
Yeah.
Certainly seemed comfortable. Michael Porter and Aaron Gordon both jumping out on Trae Young at certain points. By the way, Trae Young picking on his buddy Michael Porter. There's a lot of trying to target Michael Porter in possessions.
It was
I thought.
working for him, too.
And it was working.
That's a tough matchup.
Multiple games. It's every time he goes after him.
Yeah.
He's just like, I know he can't guard him.
He's like, weakness. There's the weakness defensively. Everybody clear out.
Speaking of targeting, I've been asked by a lot of people to talk about Trae Young's hair. It is awful. It is wispy. It's embarrassing. Shave your head. Okay, Harrison, go ahead.
It's only at certain spots, though. He has some good spots. In his head.
That's not how hair works.
It's about the wins.
All right, what else, Harrison? We got to get people out of there. They're wanting to go to bed. They got Monday tomorrow.
So I had a bunch of people in my mentions talking about, why didn't JaVale McGee play?
Yeah.
And Michael Malone kind of talked about it a little bit. He says he went to JaVale pregame, said he wasn't in the rotation tonight, and then JaVale came to the Nuggets coaching staff with around 4 minutes to go, and it was a 20-point game. And he said to the coaching staff, let coach know I'm ready if they need me. And Michael Malone said, I respect the hell out of that. Because, look, this is a 12-year vet who, I guess if the Nuggets wanted to play him in garbage time, he's cool with it.
Right. I do like that. I like that. That's really good. Old JaVale, man.
I think it's been. I think people think I don't like JaVale McGee. I really, really liked JaVale McGee when we got him. I think JaVale McGee is supremely talented. I think he's like Bol Bol in that he's a physical specimen that is not matched by, most people in this world. I just know that JaVale McGee has
Get to the butt.
asthma. He has crippling asthma, And that was what makes me nervous about him.
He
playing
can't
here.
go 10 hours without bringing this up in the Slack. I just want people to
Yeah, I don't know how bad the
Because
asthma
no
is
one has
that bad.
acknowledged that this is a literal thing. It's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Do
All
you
right, go
think
ahead.
he's the only like asthmatic player in the league?
Yeah,
I know.
know.
He's the only asthmatic player that we had here before that was limited by his asthma. Anyway, go ahead, Harrison.
All right.
Does D-Line think he's only going to play
Road
on the
games.
road?
He really
Like-
believes this. He said this earlier.
Like-
he
I did
thinks
say
that's
it
what's
He's
going to
like
happen.
a reverse
I did say it earlier.
Octavius Caldwell Pope.
Can't help a nose he didn't get in tonight. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, what else, Harrison?
Yeah. The only other thing I got here is a quick ode to Gary Harris. Malone touched on Gary again in the post game tonight. He said that we all owe Gary Harris a ton of gratitude because of everything he did here on and off the floor. And I really like this quote. Change is inevitable in the NBA. You have to embrace it. I wish nothing but the best to go to those guys. I'm just happy to have JaVale, Aaron, and Gary Clark here as we start a new era.
Oh, man. So good. Malone's really good at this.
He
He's
is
really good
He's
at
an
this.
emotional leader for sure.
Emotionally, what is he?
He's a leader.
Emotional leader. Yeah, very good emotional leader. Harrison, great work there at the arena tonight. Sounds like the vibes were as good there as they were over here. And we got another one back on Tuesday.
I can't wait, guys. Can we play it now? Let's go.
See you
Thanks,
guys.
Harrison. Take care. Everybody else, guys, as we wrap up here, don't forget, Tuesday, live from the DNVR Bar, George Carl will be here for a Q&A with myself. You're going to want to come down to the bar, but you probably want to get there early. We're starting the live show. We'll stream it as well. We're starting that at 6 o'clock. You could ask George Carl your questions here in person. He'll go over them. We're going to talk Nuggets. George, always unfiltered. You guys are going to get to see it. He's always unfiltered.
Nothing that we have done makes me happier than the fact that George Carl will come to our bar, answer questions.
Oh,
for
he
fans.
wants to come to the bar. Like, he's been wanting to do this for a long time.
Dude,
It's going to be great. I mean, George Carl really does. The thing I think people are learning from the Keeping It 1000 podcast is that George identifies as a Denver person.
yes, he does.
And I think that's the coolest thing. And he also identifies as a Denver Nugget. I think Sonics and Nuggets for him are like this. They represent a piece of him, and the fact that he has decided to live here in Denver and spend this time here and wants to be so much a part of the community we have built, which is diehard Denver Nuggets fans. He really embraces that. So I'm excited for Tuesday. Going to get some great questions in. Also, guys, great content up on the site and will be all week. We got grades coming up from Vogt tonight. We've got a piece from Harrison tonight from Ball Arena taking you inside Aaron Gordon's first game as a Denver Nugget. We got the list if you want to check out all of the video clips that I put together to really scout, get to know Aaron Gordon. I think you guys will enjoy that. And we appreciate all the people that came with us tonight on DNVR2,
DNVR
the
2.
Deuce.
And join DNVR, get a t-shirt. I do stuff here too.
Hit the there you go. Sorry, it involved you in this this brag here. There's also Eric. There's Eric. There's Eric. He giggles. But guys, hit that subscribe button because there's a real chance that this is our YouTube channel now. I don't know. I hope not, but there's at least a chance of that, and you'll want to be subscribed. If we end up going back to the other one, good news. You're subscribed. You'll be there. If we don't, you're already subscribed to this one. You'll get all your notifications. Thanks, everybody. The vibes are immaculate.
JaVale!